Hello and welcome to Decimals on KISS Math. Fractions are written with some numerator, such as 5, and some denominator, such as 10, to represent 5/10 of something, or if we reduce this down, 1/2 of something. Well, a decimal can represent the same fraction, but in a numerical format. So if we have a number line starting from 0 and going to 1, then the halfway point would be here at 0.5. And we also said that our fraction is also equal to 1/2. So we can say that 5/10, which is a fraction, is the same as 0.5, which is a decimal. A good example where we use decimals a lot is money. If we have $1, we can write it like this. But sometimes we have to break up this dollar into cents, and that's where decimals come into play. Let's say we don't have a dollar, we only have 10 cents. In dollar terms, that would look like $0.10. The decimal here indicates that we're so poor we don't even have a full dollar. We have a tenth of a dollar, which is the same as 10 cents. So the whole point of this decimal here is to count numbers that are smaller than 1. In this case, smaller than $1. If you want to write this in terms of fractions, you can say that you have 10 cents out of 100 cents, which is the same as 1/10 of a dollar, which we said before. Now let's say that we finally obtained our full dollar, and on top of that, we got another 25 cents. In order to write this, we have to use decimals to show our full dollar plus our 25 cents for a total of $1.25. You can see that anything past this decimal here represents the portion that's less than 1. So this right here can be called $0.25. Now, the more and more numbers you have past this decimal point, that means you're getting more and more precise. With money, you can only get as precise as 1 cent, right? I could give somebody this $1.25. Or if I'm a baller, I can give them $1.26. But what I can't give them is $1.25.5.
Nope.
If I could, it would look something like this. You see that extra digit, it's extra 5 right here. That's telling me a more precise number of cents. So not $1.25 or not $1.26, but $1.25.5. So we can't be that precise when counting cents, but we can be more precise when measuring things, like this brown object over here. I also happen to have this 6-inch ruler, but if I try and measure this thing, I notice I don't have any granularity or precision. All I can say is that it's definitely less than 1 inch, probably less than 1/2 inch. But let's say I'm able to zoom in on this section right here. Okay, we've blown up the red section now, so we're only looking at 1 inch of the ruler, and now we can estimate that the halfway point is somewhere around here. We can call this 0.5 inches. Okay, but that's not good enough, so let's zoom in a little bit further on just this section right here from 0 to 0.5. So now we've blown up this green section here, and we're only focused from 0 to 0.5. And I can estimate now the halfway point here is 0.25. Notice we got an extra digit here, since we're getting more and more precise as we zoom in. Okay, now let's zoom in one last time and look at just this section from 0 to 0.25. So now we're looking at our zoomed in section from 0.0.25, and the halfway point again would be 0.125. Notice again we got another digit since we're getting even more precise. And we can keep doing this, but I think you get the point. Now if we were to mark all of these points back on the original ruler, it would look something like this. Here's our 0.5 marker in red, our 0.25 marker in green, and our 0.125 marker in blue. So looking at this now with this more precise ruler, I can say that this brown object over here is about 0.25 inches. So that's the power of decimals. Sometimes it helps to look at things in numerical format. But I can also write these guys as fractions. 0.5 is the same as 1/2. 0.25 is the same as 1/4. And 0.125 is the same as 1/8. And if you want to know how to convert between fractions and decimals, I'll link below to a separate video on that.